Hello everyone, how you doing? Hope you're doing fine wherever you are. And I just want to invite you to the channel. Can I just coming live from our home in East Africa, Kenya. And today is a very sunny day, and most of us have been just indoors because since morning we are in the this period usually so much sun, so people tend to be just indoors unless you're doing something outside. So for the new subscribers, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my videos. And today's video is one of those videos that I talk about or update you guys on. So far I've gone with my motorbike. It's been a very huge task and experience since it's a rare motorbike, and getting the spare parts, it's a little bit tricky, and you don't really have to rush, because if you rush and you get one that is not suitable for the bike, it won't really operate as efficient as it's needed. And it's so shiny, but the compound has a lot of trees. You can either choose to sit on any because we are beginning a new year, and around the beginning of the year you're having some few friends who are coming to just catch up together with us. So we used to sit mostly in the shade, but since most of them have already we are in the village, so most of our friends were coming back from the cities. So I think now most of them have already gone back because of work and maybe and some other things. So let me just take you through. It's a little bit sunny. Yes, take you through what's going on. I'm seeing today the guys that are doing the roads are continuing. I think they are planning to, maybe in the next 2 months the road will be complete. As per now, it's very dusty. Considering the sun, you won't really like to walk on the roads. That's why I'm trying to make the bike as a project, as a rebuild project, because even if you walk around in the village, most of the villagers are having motorbikes just to move around with. And I think it makes life easy if you can move around with the motorbike. I think you can really go some distance compared to walking. Therefore it makes life a little bit easy, and I don't think most of us want our lives to be simpler and easy. So today in the morning I was having some spare part. Actually I've been having it, but I've never really considered using it. So today, while I was just seated at the garage, because the bike is at the garage, I was looking at some spare parts to use, because I have to look for the specific spare part, because we are rebuilding a DT motorcycle, a DT 175. For those that are usually motorbike fans, maybe know what I'm talking about. So most DTs were made in the 80s, 70s. So the one I'm having is the one that was made in the early 90s, late 80s, around there. So to get a specific spare part for it has been the challenge. That's why you always see me once in a while updating you guys on how far I've made. So let me just show you the spare part. So we usually just keep the motorbike in the garage over here. Yes, so I was having, let me just show you first. So this is the spare part. This is a suspension, the rear suspension. And DT motorcycles have only one like this in the middle. It's usually placed in the middle, and I think that one is better. It usually raises the height. Most motorbike have two suspensions like this one at the rear, but this type of motorbike has only one. and this one is like a foot. There are some motorbikes which have 2 foot long like this, but mine, this one is some 1 foot with some inches. So with this, the motorbike will be raised enough, because this was his specification, the one which was the height that is meant for the motorbike. So our engine is right over here, and I've been cleaning it. I'm only waiting for the guy, no, for the mechanic, because we have to open it. After opening it, we have to wipe it out and later on buy the carburetor and the kickstart, which is over here. Yeah, so I think after some few weeks, maybe 3 weeks or maybe 4 weeks, I'll bring in the guy, the mechanic guy, so that we can open it and show you guys how it looks on the inside. I've never opened it. I don't want to open it because I don't want to guess. And also for the guy that will be coming, he or she will be the perfect mechanic for the bike. I don't want to bring people second guessing on what to do. I just want to build it once and for all. If I open it, we build it, we clean it, then put it back, then onto the motorbike. So this suspension, I've been having it in here, and I've never thought of using it until today. So today I tried, because it usually fits, it goes somewhere here beneath the motorbike, around here. Just only one rear suspension. I think I always like motorbikes with only one suspension, not 2, because it makes it cheap. Although this one is the diameter of it is not that big. So the reason as to why I found it but never install it on the bike is because the engine is very heavy, and this shock absorber is it's not big in diameter. So let's say I place it, and later on it can crack because of the weight of the engine. Like the overall weight of the motorbike will make it crack. So I'll be forced to go and get a bigger one in diameter compared to this one. So this one, I think I won't use it in the meantime. Yeah, unfortunately, but it was the best spare part. If it could fit this bike, it was the best, because I could have now gained one spare part at least. But I think these ones, they are not, if you use one, it's not that expensive compared to the motorbikes that uses 2, because you only have to buy one. That's the good part of it. And also it makes the motorbike to be raised. If you are wondering, if you ever seen those motorbikes with which are very tall in height, they're usually with one such rear suspensions. So I'll be forced to get one, because this one it's fitting. Even the height is the same height. I think I'm gonna use this one in the meantime. I'll use it in the meantime before I start some, because I have to test the bike. Once I get the rear wheel, I'll use it to test the bike, just moving within the compound, not really far away, because in case it breaks and I'm far away from home, I'll be in some trouble. But it's still new, it's still in perfect condition. If in any case I get one and don't use this one, I think I'm gonna keep it. Yes, but just for emergency, because if you keep it, you can use it for some few weeks before you buy another one. If the one that you are using got broken, but I doubt. Yeah, so it should be around here. You see this part, it should get there, and also this part. So I think this part should go down like that. Yes, then it goes straight there. Put it up here like that. So it should be like this. It should be like this. And I think if I buy another, I think I'll just buy the black, just like this, because I intend the engine to be black, the tiles to be black, and yeah, a combination of black. This is not blue, I don't know the color. I'm usually colorblind, you'll have to forgive me. So it will only be 3 combination, because the tires are black. The tires are black. And if I make it only 3 colors, I think it's gonna be really perfect, the perfect one. So this one is so nice. At least I'm having this one, because the only thing remaining in the major things, because the rest are minor, the major thing is the wheel, because I have the chain. Always just, this is just like a garage of mine, a small garage of mine. So this one is the chain, still in perfect condition. I usually maintain it, oil it every now and then. So the chain is in very nice condition. So this is the original chain. Most of these spare parts are from Japan, because the motorbike is from Japan. I think a long time ago Japan used to manufacture a lot of dirt bikes, DT bikes. Yes, so I usually just place it here. Yes. So let's see how it will look overall. So I adjusted this part, because it was a little bit down, so I brought it up. And I'll have also to adjust this side. This side is a little bit low, this other side is high. So it has the screws for only one side. So most these, if you're buying a screw, so the next time you go and buy something like this, see then it's written, the numbers that is required is written over here. So this one usually goes somewhere here. You can remove the seat in case you want. You can remove the seat, put it down, then try to install it. Yes, it goes all the way. Yeah, so that's how it's gonna look with the engine over here. It's gonna fit perfectly. Yeah, so this is how it should be. And so this is our chain. I usually keep them over here, but it seems this box isn't oily, but this is where I used to keep them, all of them. These are the bearings. If you put your hand inside, and you can easily rotate this one. So these are bearings. They are the ones inside here, which makes the wheels to rotate. So I have two of them. I have a pair, but you only use one. No, you only use two on both sides. So I have two pairs of them and some bolts and screws. No, these screws are very, very important. They are the ones while we were removing the exhaust pipe, we removed them. So I really have to keep them so that they don't get lost. So our exhaust pipe is over here. So the guys shortened the exhaust pipe. It should be long, not short like this. So I'll have to cut it from here and add an extension. So this one should be at the back. It's the one should be around here at the back. So from this length should be coming from here, because the engine will be somewhere here. So this part will be stuck on this, then I'll add an extension so that it can meet this one at the back over there, because they usually get very hot if you don't put them in some specific places. It can burn your passenger while you are on the bike, so you have to put them. For them, they cut it like this, then place it at the bottom. But I'm gonna change that because I'm gonna rebuild this bike to its original specification. I'll place the parts where they're supposed to be placed. I'll use the required parts, not any other. Yes, so I usually oil our chain. So this is the chain is here. These are the parts that goes into the sprocket. So I usually maintain the chain with I have some brake fluid. I have some brake fluid over here. So I usually use this the other one. So I usually use this toothbrush, the used one that you can as well go and buy a new one if you want. So that for this chain not to rust, because I'm not using it in the meantime, I usually apply, this is a brake fluid, this is a brake fluid. So this one is like 200 ml. This one goes for like $2. If you don't have any chemical or detergent to remove rust, you might as well use a brake fluid on a regular basis. So for me, I use them on the chain. I don't use oil to lubricate. So I just pour, can pour like on the top like that, then just apply. So put it like this. So chains are usually easy to, because if you want to put this chain back on the motorbike, you have to remove it. If you look at it now, it's joined, but chains usually have a master. So once you see the master, you can easily remove it. So for example, I just want to show you how you can remove a chain. So you just look at it patiently. It was around, I think, on this side. Yes, so over here we have the master. So this is the master. You see it, the way it looks different from the rest. So you can either decide to, if you want to remove it, you just pinch it like this, push it away, sometimes they get very hard to remove, but if you master it, it shouldn't be that hard. So you can remove this one out like that. So just like that, if you remove it like this, then now you remove this other one, push it back like that. So usually this is the master. This one usually is the master, and this one is the one holding the chain together. So as you see, if you remove this, so these ones are the excuse. So these ones are the ones holding the chain together. If you look at it, you can remove it just like that. If you want to put it back together, excuse, you bring this one and just return it like that. Joint it like this, put on the chain, put on this one back like that. If you leave it like this, it might still get out, so you have to put back the master, this one. So you put it back, you just push it. It's not something hard to do, so you just push it back. You can put it anywhere as long as it can push. You can push it back like that. Then now the chain is back. Yes, so I've already oiled it for today. I usually oil it like once in a while so that it don't rust. So I'll just put it back where it belongs. Then put them over there. Yes, and also this, I think I'll start working on our exhaust pipe also. The time I'll be working on the engine, maybe some few weeks to come, I'll be working on the engine, and at the same time I'll add an extension to this our exhaust pipe so that it becomes long. I don't want to put it below the motorbike for many reasons, because even if the motorbike is raised, I don't want it to be down below. I just want it to be the way it was specified to be. So it should be back over here. So that's where I'll put it. So I'll just return. So the reason why I usually get myself involved with the motorbike, especially with the rebuild, is because I want to learn as much as I can, because I know in some few months I might be driving the bike and maybe I'm stuck somewhere. Maybe the engine is not really the engine, but any other part of the motorcycle is having a fault. So I want to be in a capacity to be able to correct it. If it needs change, I know by then I'm having some few tools that we used to remove the engine and all the electrical cables, so that we remove them so that it will give us some space for painting, because you can't really paint them with so much wires on it. So I just want to have that knowledge of motorbikes, especially the DT, because this one is a DT. For those that are wondering, this is a Yamaha DT. So we have 125 and 175. So for 175, I think it's the largest. If I'm wrong, you can correct. So the 125 engine is the smaller one compared to this. This one is a 175. So I really want to learn so many things. Changing tires are some few basic, even changing the chain, those are basic. I really want to know specifically the engine. So the time that we'll be doing the engine, I'll be just around just to learn, because if it's only removing the parts, cleaning inside of the engine, oiling, putting in oil, putting it back together, I think it cannot pose a huge challenge to me if I practice or capture, because if I capture it, I can keep on viewing the video more often, just to familiarize with the inner parts of the engine. So until then, we'll be just doing some few basic, putting on some few basic parts like the lights. But most importantly, what I've been planning to do is because I'm done with the front or the front wheel, and also with the painting. The next thing I wanted to do was the engine, which I'm gonna do in some few weeks, as I've said. Then after that, I think I'll put the rear wheel, put on the chain, connect it with the sprocket. Then after that is when now we'll begin the wiring, because that's the easiest part compared to me, and the most interesting one, because that's how you beautify your motorbike. So I'll be so happy if I finally reach that stage, because that's the final stage of it all. Just putting on the mirrors, the wiring, the lights, the seat. No, the seat will be somewhere here. The seat, this is just the frame. The motorbike, these types of motorbikes are usually tall in height. Yeah, so these are just the frame of it all. So I hope for those that have been following up, I hope I'm doing them correct, or the best videos for motorbikes, because I've never really done motorbike videos. But since I'm owning one, or I'll be owning one in some few months to come, I think it's best for me also to engage you guys and show you where I'm coming from with the motorbike, because I'm planning to rebuild it to its full potential, then now use it on my daily lives, because I think it will make my movement easy, then and so on. And from there, I think we'll now see what next. But for those that have watched, I think today's videos won't be so long. It was I was majorly talking about this part, this shock absorber. I really like it. I'm gonna keep it, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna get a bigger one, that even if, because you know, when the motorbike is turning, it turns with the suspensions. Even for the balance and also for the weight, suspension really helps a lot. So if you don't go for the best quality suspensions, I think you'll be having problems. Just like I always say, if you don't maintain, for example, your tires, it will affect the rim and so many other things connected to the rim, even the suspensions, the front suspensions. So that's why I'm so keen on how I'm rebuilding the bike. I want to get the best part, such that when I put it, it doesn't affect the motorbike in any way. So that's why I won't use this for this bike. I'll keep it maybe for future use, in case I'm stranded somewhere, I may call back home. Because this one, you don't, if you're using it, you can't really go high speed. I'm not planning to go on high speed with the bike in any way. You can't go high speed, you can't carry heavy weights, and so many other things, balancing, because it's not the same specification for the bike. So I think that will be my video update for today. The next time I'm doing the video on the bike, I think I'll be, if not splitting the engine, removing the parts, cleaning, I will be mainly maybe adding a part, because these parts, they are not easy to get. They are not like because we're in the village. If you want it, you can either choose to go to Kisumu, Nairobi, which is the capital city, or you can choose to order, which I don't usually prefer, because if I don't like if you order something and it's not the same specification that you wanted, I usually like to go to the shop and see whatever I'm buying. I'm that old school, but I think that's the best way to go, because these parts you really have to, unless you trust someone, the shopkeeper, that's when you can order, because I also don't like ordering things online, especially the parts, such parts like this. Yeah, so I think that will be my video for today. It was a short video, but we've for those that are new to the channel, I hope you've learned something new, and we'll keep on updating you guys on any change. I have a lot of things that I want to share with you guys, so stay tuned to the channel, and I'll keep on uploading such videos. You can also recommend on the comment section which type of videos also to venture in, because if you're having a motorcycle at home and you're not using it, I think you're not doing it a favor. Motorcycles are really good. You can maneuver around. It's two-wheel, making it easier to move on very bad terrains, because in places where cars can't go, motorbikes can easily go, especially these types of motorbikes. So I'm gonna end my video for today. It was just a short one, an update on how so far I'm going with the motorbike. And yeah, just as I've said, stay tuned so that you don't miss any update on the motorbike. I know after rebuilding it, we'll be going on not only few, but many adventures. So I think we plan, but stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Ken Digest. You can really support me by subscribing to the channel. Let's meet in my next video. Bye bye.